Hey, how's it going, Titans fans? Titan Uprising here. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Today's video, we're diving into the wide receivers, and I'm excited about this. I wasn't excited about a month ago, and I'm sure a lot of us weren't. When we left the draft without taking a wide receiver in the first 4 rounds, I was like, Now, guys, I am stoked. I am so pumped for this wide receiver group now, and this offense. It's just crazy. I think we're finally gonna have a balanced offense and defense. Like, this might be the best. It's okay. We all know Titans fans, right? We have a great defense and a shitty offense. We have a great offense and a shitty defense. We can never pair them up. I think we're gonna have an elite defense, and I think we're gonna have a good and okay offense. I mean, we're not gonna be top 10 on offense, but if we're middle of the pack, top 15, we are gonna be lights out this year. And this receiving core, guys, they are balling out right now. I'm breaking down 3 guys who are going to be our wide receivers 1 through 3. And then I have a guy that is he shined in off-season programs, and then he shined in training camp, and he carried it over. And it's just, this guy, I think, might make the 53-man roster. I think we keep 5 to 6 wide receivers, and I'll get into that towards the end of the video as well when I bring up the depth chart for you guys. Guys, I'm so excited for this. I am. I'm so excited for this team right now. I'm excited for this offense. I don't know if I've had this much excitement for the Titans in a while. And maybe it's because of where I thought this team was heading, you know, in the offseason with how much Randy had to work on and do. Maybe that has a lot to do with it. Or we have finally a prime-time wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. And speaking of DeAndre Hopkins, that's the first wide receiver I'm getting into, everybody. And, you know, he made an awesome catch over Christian Fulton. And when I saw that, I was just so hyped for that. NFL was sharing it. Everyone was sharing it. And it's just, you know, it's nice to see that again, where a Tennessee Titans wide receiver is having a catch shown. Because we didn't really have a lot of that last year. And it's kind of refreshing to see that again. I can't lie. Sucks it was on Christian Fulton, who's our #1 corner. But it's DeAndre Hopkins. So guys like DeAndre Hopkins do not grow on trees. They sure do not. I'm happy he's on this team. And everyone was saying this guy was washed my ass. Get out of here. How is he? Just stop. He went to the Titans. Get over it. Sorry. Stop. We get it. Nobody likes us. Don't know why. But like I said, I love it because the NFL shared it. And when they did, they shared it and they said with a title, "Who's that guy wearing number 10 in Nashville?" And Hopkins replies to this and he says, "I was told he doesn't practice." I love it. This guy is juiced. He's fired up. He wants to prove everybody wrong. I love when a superstar is pissed, because when they're mad, they're going to ball out. They're going to shine. They want to prove everybody wrong. You want someone that's doubted or someone that's in a contract year, and they just absolutely ball. And we have a lot of guys that are doubted and a lot of guys going into contract years this year. And, you know, he also has a narrative here that he doesn't like to practice. Come on. He claims it's overblown, and I believe it. Get out of here. That narrative came from Houston, and we all know that organization just imploded, absolutely blew up, and Houston Hopkins had a very, very, very messy breakup. So get out of here. Hopkins is a dog. He's proven it. And then, hey, let's get into our second dog here, our wide receiver 1B, as I will say, and that's Treylon Burks. He also made a spectacular catch against Christian Fulton. Sorry, Christian Fulton, but, you know, you don't have a safety to help you out over top, and these guys are balling right now. I'm hoping that doesn't mean Christian's going to have a bad year. I think he's going to be an X factor for us on defense. But Burks has been making plays in camp, and I love to see the growth and the firiness to him. Just this guy's got confidence, swagger to him this year. I love it. Burks has also been seen giving Colton Dowell some tips during practice, and I love that because you guys got to remember, Burks this is his second year, so for him to be giving tips and stuff, that's awesome, because I'm a firm believer in, if you are teaching something or showing somebody something, all that does is make you perfect and learn your craft or skill even better. When you are repetitious of doing it, the more you do something, the better you will get. And then if you show somebody too, now you're becoming an expert. And the fact that he's taken someone like Colton Dowell under his wings, that's awesome. Awesome. And like I said, him and Hopkins 1A and 1B, and I love the leadership and I love the mentality. It's huge for this organization to have 2 alpha wide receivers on this team, which we have not had in a long time, if ever. I mean, some people might say Brown and Davis, but I think Burks and Hopkins is just a different recipe, and I'm excited for this, guys. I'm going to get into the third wide receiver here, and these receivers I'm running off here, I think, are slam dunk, obviously, wide receivers 1, 2, and 3. And that is Kyle Phillips. I think he's a slam dunk slot wide receiver 3 for us. And this guy's just been putting the shakes on people. He put one on Byard in camp. And hey, Byard's a guy that, he's an all-pro. Like I said, obviously no pads, no pass rush, stuff like that. But Phillips has got the moves. And he also added some muscle in this offseason, and he still has that shiftiness and explosiveness, which is great because we need this guy to stay healthy, just like the rest of our team. And this guy is going to fit nicely in the slot, and he's going to be explosive for us. This guy is a mismatch nightmare. If we can get some kick return, punt returns out of him as well, he doesn't fumble, it's even better. We need help with that as well. This guy, I'm excited for him. I think he showed glimpses last year, especially in the New York Giants game, which we lost week 1, unfortunately. We let them come back. But that guy had a great game. It was a rookie year. Now we have a better scheme, better offense, in my opinion, all around. Let's see what this guy can do as a wide receiver 3 coming out of the slot. Pumped for this guy. And now I have a surprise here. And a lot of you guys might know who I'm about to say. And I purposely did not say the name. Just I want you guys to think of who it is or who you can guess. And it's Trayshawn Harrison, right? Who? So he's an undrafted free agent wide receiver. And man, he showed out in the offseason and he carried that over into camp. And I love seeing that. If there's a receiver room you're going to sneak into, it's going to be this one, right? Obviously, we have a top 3 right there, but we don't really have the greatest depth there at all. And I'll get into that right after this. But so he came back on a play and made a nice shoestring catch on a pass from Will Levis. He also ran a nice out-breaking route in one-on-ones against All-Pro Kevin Byard. Now, he had a nice swim move at the top of his route to go to get open and make the catch, which is nice too. So the guy's got some shakes and some moves, a nice route running. He also had a nice deep catch on another play, which showcased his great speed that he had to get open and make the catch, and to track the ball down as well. He has some speed to him. I love it. Now, I have not gotten into this guy before because, to be honest with you, I didn't think he was going to make the team. When I show the depth chart here in a little bit, I might have to expand it over for you guys just to see his name on there because I think he's that far over. Don't worry, our lads will get it right eventually when he moves up. Now, he played in 27 games at Oregon State, making 17 starts, and he totaled 90 receptions for 1,147 yards and 8 TDs over his 3 years there. Now, I look at that as 90 catches, 100, or might as well say 1,150 yards and 8 TDs. That's a season right there. If we can get that out of him, you know, that'd be awesome. 17 starts, that's a season in the NFL. I'll take it all day. I'll take that all freaking day out of wide receiver 4, 5, or 6. Before that, he had 37 catches for 355 yards and 3 touchdowns with Florida State from 2018 to 2019. This guy could creep up the depth charts. And speaking of depth charts, I'm going to pop that up here for you guys. And now, like I said before, I think we keep 5 to 6 wide receivers this year. And I just got done breaking down the top 3, which are Hopkins, Burks, and Kyle Phillips. I think they're slam dunk home run locks. Now, we have NWI, who we signed for a 1-year deal. We have Racey McMath, who has not been able to stay healthy. We just signed Chris Moore from Houston. We have Colton Dowell, Reggie Roberson, Mason Kinsey, and then Trayshawn Harrison. Now, I don't think the other undrafted guys are going to make, we have Jacob Copeland, Carice Jackson, and then Gavin Holmes. I don't really see much out of them, but hey, they could shock us as well, just like Trayshawn Harrison has. But I think we have, like I said, Hopkins, Burks, Phillips, those are locks. Now, if we keep 5, that means there's only 2 guys left out of this squad So who do you have? NWI, Racey McMath, Chris Moore, Colton Dowell, Trayshawn Harrison, because I have not been seeing anything out of Reggie Roberson or Mason Kinsey. So you might as well just take Reggie Roberson and Mason Kinsey and just say, yeah, they're out of here. Now Copeland, Jackson, or Holmes, you know, let's just say they're going to fall towards the back there. I've been hearing good things about Jackson, but you know, I haven't seen anything like I have on Trayshawn Harrison. So if he keeps showing out, you know, we'll have to add him into that mix as well. But if we're gonna keep two guys out of that, NWI, Racey McMath, Chris Moore, Colton Dowell, and Trayshawn Harrison, we're gonna keep two guys out of there. Now a lot of guys are gonna say NWI, have to keep him because we signed him to a 1-year deal. I get that. I personally, and you guys know how I feel about NWI, don't want him on the team. I think he should be a wide receiver 5, 6, or cut, or practice squad perhaps. I'd love to see him make the practice or get on the practice squad because he's a guy that can come in and fill in, especially because we signed him to that 1-year deal. I don't think anybody's going to come poach him off the practice squad either. Racey McMath, this is his last year to prove that he has anything, that he can do anything. Got to stay healthy as well. I haven't been seeing much on him. Colton Dowell has been doing good. Reggie Roberson, Mason Kinsey, like I said, not even going to get into those guys. And then Trayshawn Harrison. And then, I'm sorry, I forgot Chris Moore there. Chris Moore, signed him from Houston. I'm going to just say here, Chris Moore is wide receiver 4. Now, that leaves us with one more if it's 5 wide receivers we keep. And that was what? NWI, Racey McMath, Colton Dowell, or Trayshawn Harrison. I don't think Racey's going to... I think he's not going to make the team this year. I think he's going to go to practice squad, see if we can get something out of the practice squad. Colton Dowell and Trayshawn Harrison and NWI. If we keep 5 receivers, we're picking one of these guys. I don't want this to happen, but it's probably going to be NWI as our wide receiver 5. And I would love to see someone like Colton Dowell or Trayshawn Harrison beat him out. I would love it. Nothing would make me happier. But now if we kept 6, now we're going to keep 1 between Colton Dowell and Trayshawn Harrison. And as things are going right now, I think it's going to be Trayshawn Harrison. And I like Colton Dowell, guys. I've been a big fan of him, but Trayshawn Harrison's making a case for himself. And, you know, if Colton Dowell was selected in the 4th round, you would probably go with him, but he was a 7th round draft pick. If he gets beat out by an undrafted wide receiver, it's almost like, might as well say it's a round later, right? Might as well call these guys 8th round draft picks that are undrafted wide receivers, you know, if you want to say that. There's no rounds after 7, so there's not much. It's amazing when a guy gets drafted at a certain position, teams are willing to hold on to him because he has the talent. And they don't want to they don't want to admit that they effed up, right? So I could see that happening. I could see Colton Dowell holding there. But one thing I will say here is I like that we have depth on the wide receiver group. If we keep some of these guys in the practice squad, develop them, we have them. They're practicing with guys like Burks, with guys like Hopkins, with guys like Phillips. Chris Moore's a veteran coming in. You know, they're practicing with guys like this. It's only going to make them better. And what's our saying in Tennessee? Iron sharpens iron, right? So it's a good predicament to be in, and I like it. Now, what do you guys think? Comment down below. Do you think we're keeping 5 or 6 wide receivers? I do not see us keeping 7. I'll tell you that much right now. I think it's going to be 5. Probably 5. That's what I see. Because you got to remember, we run probably 2 tight end sets sometimes too with Josh and Chig out there. So I can see that. You know, Chig's going to be on the field, you know, a lot. I think he's going to be a big playmaker for us this year. There's times we might have 2 running backs on the field as well with Spears and Henry. So I think we're going to keep 5 wide receivers. I could see 6. Who do you guys think we're going to keep? And you guys agree with me? Do you guys agree with me? And I hope you do, that Hopkins, Burks, and Phillips are locks. Who else do you consider a lock as the wide receiver group? Let me know what you guys think down below, and we'll talk soon, everybody, and tighten up, guys.